Hey everyone, this is Scott from Forgot to Grow Up. Welcome to our Star Trek Picard Season 1, Episode 9 Thoughts video. I just finished watching the first part of the season finale to Star Trek Picard, and I'm just going to be sharing my general thoughts on the episode. So this episode is like I said, first part in the two-part season finale. This is the first episode in the season, from at least what I recall, that didn't start off with a flashback at the beginning of the episode. We just kind of jump right into the team getting to Soji's homeworld, and then them going through a little bit of stuff on the planet. So I really like this first part of the season finale, setting up introducing us, I should say, to the world and setting up the season finale, but introducing us to Soji's homeworld and the inhabitants there. First we go to the Borg cube, which also showed up using the transwarp conduit, and so 7 and 9 showed up, and she seemingly, at least in this episode, I'm sure there's going to be more in the next episode, but in this episode they showed up just to be a pit stop for Picard to go say hey and okay, see you later. But it was still fun to see them be able to connect again and then have a little bit of their goodbyes again. But like I said, I think they'll pop up in the second part. But anyways, so this episode again focused around Picard and the team making it to Soji's home planet and then meeting the other synthetic lives, Soji's family, in a sense, her people. And so this one was fun because of that, because it was a big it was definitely a surprise, but it was also one of those ones I'm like, yeah, I thought they were going to do something like this. So we got Old Man Data, as I called it, wrote it down in my notes. We got Brent Spiner back, and he plays Dr. Alton, who is Dr. Alton's son, and Dr. Alton, I believe, was the one who created Data originally, so he based Data off of his son's appearance, which just doesn't make sense. I don't know if that's been alluded to before in Star Wars canon. My knowledge doesn't go quite that deep, but it was kind of a fun thing to see, obviously, them bringing him back, having Picard be like, you look just like Data, but old. And then be able to have that kind of sort of reunion. At least the actors gain the reunion. Obviously it's not the same Data and Picard relationship, but we do still get that. It's still nice to see that the two actors get to come together, because it'd be tough to do Data back, bring Brent Spiner back as Data. He doesn't look like he did when he last did the movies. Age happens to everybody. And so, but I just still enjoyed the way they brought him in, and the character that he was for this, which is the dude who created all of the synthetic life, it seems, with the help of Maddox. And so I really just enjoyed that kind of learning about that. We also get introduced, we see a lot of the synthetics have similar traits to Data, having the gold skin and the yellow eyes, or I guess maybe even gold eyes, but having similar traits to Data, and you can see kind of how they're kind of related to him, or kind of evolved from him in a sense. So it was just really enjoyable. We do meet another Soji, this one's a gold skin Soji, so I was just like, that actress got a lot of work in this series. 3 roles already. 4 technically. 4 roles. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 roles for her so far in this, all playing different synthetics. So it was fun to see a different variation on it, having seemingly I don't want to say older model, but a model with more similarities to Data, with the gold skin and the eyes again. So that was an interesting character. She seems to be kind of the leader in us, the co-leader with Alton's character, or Red Spiner's character, and so she kind of takes the lead when she gets introduced on convincing Soji to, she explains to us first what the abernation, the vision thing that the Romulans use as see as a prophecy and aren't fully able to comprehend. We learn in this one, we learn through this one that Sutra, who is the gold skin Soji, she explains that she thinks that the message maybe is for synthetic life, and it's like, well, yeah, that actually makes sense. That it's a bunch of flashes. It would make sense that a synthetic life would be able to process that message in a human or humanoid mind. with the Romulans, et cetera, wouldn't be able to fully process that, and that's why he'd go crazy. It's meant for synthetics. So then we see her mind meld, which was a fun little thing to see that. Oh, I didn't know. Again, this is one of those things where I'm like, okay, my Star Trek knowledge doesn't go very deep, because I'm like, I thought only Vulcans could do that. I thought it was a Vulcan. I thought it was just for them. But it was interesting. I don't know if outside. I don't know if it's just. Yeah, I don't know if outside of Vulcans can do the mind meld, but we see that Sutra can do it, so that was interesting, because that was something I've never even kind of considered for a synthetic to have that ability. But it also makes even more sense that they would have the ability versus a human would, because it's, they have the ability to process stuff. It's all electricity up here anyway. So that was just a fun little thing. But anyways, yeah, so it was fun that she has the ability to mind meld, and then she uses it to probe Agnes and look at the prophecy thing, and it does turn out to be a message from a higher form of synthetic life, an alliance of synthetic life forms who have left this message being like, hey, you guys are gonna eventually evolve. You're synthetic life. Humans created you because they want to create perfection, but then they're gonna realize they screwed up and created too much perfection, and they're going to want to kill all you synthetic lives eventually. So when that happens, guys, give us a call. You just got to build a big tower, shoot us a signal, we'll come pick you up and kill everybody in the neighborhood just to be sure. And I was just like, oh, okay, that's a fun little thing, or not a thing, but it's a fun way to go with the prophecy, it being, yes, a prophecy, or a message, I should say, for synthetic lives, because they'd be the only ones who would be able to process it, and then there being this higher form of synthetic, this higher allegiance of synthetic life forms who kind of patrol multiple galaxies, helping out whenever synthetic life pops up somewhere and kind of being oppressed, and they come in and save them and wipe out all the people who are oppressing them, i.e. organic life, i.e. us. So that was just a really fun fun kind of prophecy, for me at least. It's very, very high sci-fi, kind of extremely sci-fi, kind of almost even sci-fi fantasy borderlining kind of prophecy kind of thing. So I really enjoyed it being introduced, and then we spend the rest of the episode Soji kind of fighting with the idea of, should she turn on the humans and, go be with her fellow synthetic life forms and let them wipe out all of organic life in at least this galaxy, or should she, let her people die because the Romulans are going to come kick their butts. And so so she spends pretty much the second half, or most of the second half of this episode, just kind of pondering that idea before at the end, they turn on Picard, and it was very kind of interesting scene for me, at least, because it's funny to me sometimes when Picard he does this grandiose speech, and then Brent Spiner Alton's character just is like, no, they won't, and I'm just like. That's funny, because it's I love when Picard's speeches do rouse and save the day. But in this scenario, it did make more sense that they'd be like, well, no, that didn't happen last time, man. Why would we believe you're going to do it this time? And so I thought it was just a little funny that he got called out after giving one of his, great speeches that Picard is, I guess, kind of famous for. At least that's one of the things that I connect to about Picard, is he does always have one of these speeches that kind of inspire you, make you rethink your decision you're about to go through. But in this case, they're like, no, Picard, we're gonna go with we're gonna call our moms and dads, or maybe not moms and dads, I don't know the best way to call it. We're gonna call our bigger brothers, and they're gonna come help us. And yeah, good luck. Or not really, they lock him up. So yeah, I just kind of really enjoyed the introduction in this episode's kind of this, I don't want to say turn. I did have a inkling that we might go this way, but I do really enjoy the direction they've gone with the synthetic lives, and the synthetics being like, you know what, we're tired of having to run just because you guys aren't happy with us. Screw you guys, we're calling the big boys. And so I like that idea. I'm very curious to see how it's going to play out in the next episode. I have a feeling they're not going to get the signal out, but I'll have to wait till next episode to find out. And hopefully they don't leave us on too big of a cliffhanger, because it will be the season finale next week episode. So I'm excited to get to that. This episode did a great job of setting up the season finale and kind of bringing a bunch of the elements we were going through in this season together. But yeah, that's all my thoughts on the part 1 of the season finale for Star Trek Picard. That would be episode 9 I did. So yeah, be sure to let me know in the comments below what you thought about this latest episode and what your predictions are for the season finale. Will it be a big cliffhanger? Will we see this allegiance of higher form synthetic life? Be sure to let me know in the comments what you think. Thanks again for joining me today. Subscribe to the channel if you don't already, and have a good one.